3, 4 years completed, but time just will not stop. In terms of quests released per year, this one sits at the top. 22 full years of questing, can't use a bank, must stay alive. RuneScape 3 Hardcore Ultimate Ironman, questing through 2005. Welcome back to January 5th, 2005. There's 85 fishing. And that is cave fish. Pretty good fish. They don't exist yet, but eventually they will. And eventually there'll be even multiple different ways of getting cave fish. And all the other fish. Lots of fishing in the future. For right now, we're still here at trout and salmon. It's good XP. Also cooking. But we are running out of feathers. And that is a good thing. So let's get this finished. Just made it to another level here. 89 cooking. That is blue crab and Artic cap potatoes in Daemonheim. And the highest level, possibly, dinosaur meats. Again, don't cook dinosaurs. Not really a thing. Only 300 feathers left. And here is the final feather. I looked back, and it looks like we've been holding on to a stack of feathers since March of 2002. So, almost 3 entire years here. Just wild. So it's going to be nice to have an extra inventory space here. There it is. The last one. Brilliant. Got us to 85 and a quarter fish in here. And 89 and a sliver cooking. Also used a ton of those feathers for fletching too, so it's been a whole thing. But now we got an extra space. Delightful. Delightful. Finish cooking all these trout and salmon. If we want to do more cooking and fishing in the future, we can definitely just easily go get more feathers. Although, we're definitely at a point here where we don't really need to train anymore right now. So it should be fine. It should be fine. Just going to drop the rest of these on the floor here, because we need to have some space for things we're going to be doing today. So let's get the updates happened. Well, again, singular update. On January 10th, 2005, we got 2 new things to go and look at. The first new thing we actually can't look at. It is an improvement to Fishing Trawler. Got a new fancy status bar showing the water level, how close you are to sinking, time remaining on the voyage, number of fish that have been caught, status of the nets, just all the information you could dream of having for doing some fishing trawler. But in RuneScape 3, Ironman cannot play fishing trawler. Wouldn't want to, even if I could, but still just a weird thing that's not allowed. I mean, at this stage, Ironman can do pretty much everything with even non-Ironmen, but still fishing trawler. Not allowed. Can't have people boosting to get 3 manta rays. Only all the boss drops. That's clearly better. So, anyways, fishing trawler. It's now slightly better. It's still terrible. But still. That is not the thing we're working on here. We've got the other update, which is much more interesting. The next quest. In search of the Mire Key. requires Nature Spirit, the ability to enter Mortania, which is Priest in Peril, which is itself required for Nature Spirit, so... I mean, completing Nature Spirit implies you have access to Mortania. There's been some talks of fixing some of the requirements on quests, changing a few things around. Not really going to affect us at all, because it can't require something that came out after it, except for a few things. But that's fine. And also 25 agility, but again, not an issue. Just need to do a little bit of item collecting. We need just a whole list of things. A steel longsword, 2 steel short swords, a steel mace, a steel warhammer, a steel dagger, 75 steel nails, which was originally 225 steel nails, a druid pouch with at least 5 charges, a blessed silver sickle, 6 planks, and then also a hammer, because no tool belts. We need to make the blessed silver sickle to get the druid pouch. Steel nails we need to make with steel, so we can just make all the other stuff too. So that should be fine. We got plenty of teleports to get all over the place. Grab all these things. Making steel things is not too bad. I guess we could go and get some nature runes. Just speed this up a bit. Not have to teleport back and forth constantly to Falador. Should figure out exactly how many steel bars we're going to use here, because the amount of bars required for things has changed also. We got many weapons and then all the nails. We're going to make enough that we would have had 225, which is going to be just an absolute pile of steel nails here. It's going to be out of control. So that's going to be quite the number. Also need to make the sickle, so that's fine. That's at a furnace anyways, so not a real necessary to superheat the silver for that at least. Just need to grab the silver sickle mold too. That should be fine. Technically, we could buy most of these steel weapons in stores. The swords, long swords and dagger over in Varrock, and the mace in Falador. But the prices of pretty much everything in those stores is wildly out of control due to invention and shop changes and all that. So, save a bit of money here. We're just going to make them ourselves. Still going to be paying for the nature runes to speed this up, but still a lot cheaper than if we actually just purchase them ourselves. So, I've got a lot of smithing to go do. It's going to be a whole thing. It really is wild how many nails we made. Originally it was 15 bars, 15 nails per bar to make the 225. And now we would only have needed 1 steel bar to make the 75 nails. So we just have 15 times as many steel nails as we technically need. That's okay. And all the other steel stuff. Trade the sword shop here. We can see how much it would have cost. 3,340 coins for steel weapons. Outrageous. Interestingly, the daggers and longswords are the same price. But that checks out with the mining and smithing rework, since all the one-handed weapons are just 2 bars each. No difficult, complicated things. I mean, things using 1, 2, or 3 bars is not too difficult or complicated. So, we're actually fine. Just need to go and grab the planks now, because we do still need 6 planks here. And technically we need to get the silver sickle blessed. But that'll be perfectly fine. We can kind of do that during the quest, essentially. So, just need to go get the planks. We can do that over by the barbarian outpost. Just pick them up off the ground. Might as well also grab a few food. I mean, we're going to be going through the swamp, so probably just going to end up with the food getting eaten anyway. But still, protects us from taking a little damage, I guess. So, might as well. Our quest begins in the Hair of Dog Tavern in Canifis. Had to run here from Varrock. Talking to Vanstorm Klaus. Right here by the staircase. He's got a fun chair. How you doing? Hello there. How goes it, stranger? Quite well. Thanks for asking. How about you? Well, I'm a little concerned about some friends of mine. They're in dire need of some assistance, but I'm at a loss as to how I can help them. What friends are these? It's a personal tragedy that I have yet to meet them in the flesh, but their exploits make mouth-watering hero stories, the real meat and drink of high adventure and daring, so they say. What does that mean exactly? I mean, I have some stories. I'm quite a hero myself. You may actually be talking about me. They're regarded as heroes in Mauritania, though some people see them as vigilantes. The local villagers call them the Mayarki. Some people call them terrorists, while others call them freedom fighters. And why do they need help? Are they in trouble? I should imagine that heroes of such high caliber are almost always in some sort of trouble, wouldn't you? There's always some evil heel ready to grind the face of humanity into the dirt. However, the Mayarki are also certainly able to handle themselves, given the tools. I hear they're short of weapons. I was hoping to do it myself, but I find that I'm rather short of time and ability. What help do you hope to give them? I'd have taken some weapons to them. What kind of weapons do they need? Steel, I believe. All 6 of them require steel weapons. I would have suggested a longsword, 2 swords, a dagger, a mace, and a warhammer. Perhaps I could help you out there. Maybe I could take these weapons to the Mayarki. Oh, yes? Well, that would be very nice of you. Are you sure you want to help out? We got the weapons. Like, where do I need to take the weapons? I believe there's a boatman in Morton who can show you the way. I'm sure if you use your powers of persuasion, you can get some information out of him. The Marquis have a lot of sympathizers. I just need to bring the weapons? What do we need to do? Well, some freedom fighters, called the Marquis, require some weapons. You need to get the weapons they require and give them to the freedom fighters. Sounds simple enough. Yes, I'll do it. Except in search of the Marquis. Looks like we are searching for them. That is the quest here. Yes, I'll do it. That's great news, my friend. Really great news. Perhaps the many peoples of Mauritania now have an additional hero they can come to rely upon. So, we've got everything we need here. All the steel weapons. So we just need to go and talk to the boatman in Morton. And that is down through the swamps. Oh boy. Elysius, we're going in. Into the gloomy atmosphere of Mort Minor. We got 4 sharks, which can kind of protect us from ghasts. If they hit us, they'll eat the shark instead. Like that. I don't anticipate we're actually going to need any sharks for this quest, but better to have them, I suppose. But before we get to Morton, we need to stop by the Nature Spirit Grotto here and get ourselves the Druid Pouch, because that's also required for the quest here. Just hopping over here, head inside, pick that up, and then we will make a bunch of stuff happen with that. Here, there's the Druid Pouch. Also need to use the Silver Sickle here at the Altar of Nature to make the Silver Sickle blessed. There you go. A little bit of prayer XP for that. Okay, pretty good. And head back out into the swamp. Just gonna go right here. I think there should be spots where we can get more than 2 things per bloom here. But this is okay. Bloom the logs. Grab these. Fill the pouch. That's going to make attacking ghasts visible, which is not really what we need right now. We're kind of more needing the actual pouch. I keep on sucking up all of our charges. Well, there's a way to stop the pouch from activating. I'm just going to get a few extra here. Should we actually have enough? 8. That should be good. Now it's down to 6. Fantastic. But we still have 2 sharks and enough pouches, so that'll work. I'm not sure if that shortcut through there exists, but the snail path is just completely safe and long. Lots of situations that only exist to make it take longer to get places, like various walls and fences. Eventually, many of them will be removed. Or just, you can teleport to places. Does speed things up. Running through Morton here. The shades continue to be an issue. Everyone's afflicted. If we could, we would cure the entire town. But besides the 2 main guys, they don't seem to take very well to the cure. Luckily, Cyrag Paddlehorn here doesn't seem to be affected. Let's have a chat. Let's have a chat while being this side. Hello there, friend. Hello there. I have some weapons for you to give to the Myrkey. I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about. Come on. I know you're in cahoots with them. Just take these weapons to them. Okay, seriously. I did some work for them before, but now it's just too dangerous. I won't take the weapons to them. I'm sorry. It's just too dangerous. Can you tell me how to find the Myrkey? Their base is well hidden. And I'm sorry, but I can't reveal the directions. Sorry, but I guess you're all out of luck. Oh, come on. You can trust me. You can tell me. I'm sorry. I can't. I just can't. People are watching. Eyes everywhere. Well, I guess they'll just die without weapons. You don't seem too concerned about their welfare. I'm glad I didn't tell you where they were. In any case, they're resourceful. They can look after themselves. What's that supposed to mean? They're resourceful folks. That's all I'm saying. Their leader, Beliaf, looks after them well. Resourceful enough to get their own steel weapons? Maybe they are. What do you care anyway? They've been up against it ever since they got started. All of them have suffered more loss and heartache than you'll ever know. Now leave me be. What kind of loss and heartache? The worst kind. Most have lost members of their family. Little Sani Piliu. She was orphaned overnight when a vampire went on the rampage. Imagine that, losing your entire family one night. Terrible. Sounds awful. Who is Sani Piliu? She's the only female member of the Myrkey. She's already proven herself with her agility and light fingers, if you know what I mean. And what else have they been up against? You're not from around here, or you wouldn't be asking such foolish questions. Mauritania is ruled by a cruel dark overlord by the name of Draken. His reign over Mauritania means we all live in fear. I just want to help them. I think they need help. Aye, well, they may do, but it's just not safe, and it's not likely to get safer anytime soon. Though I do feel sorry for Ivan, the baby of the group. He's seen too few winters to be involved in such toil. I'll give you some cash if you tell me. You think you can buy me? No. Just wanted to compensate you for your trouble. You keep your money, and I'll keep my secrets. Oh, come on. You can tell me. I just can't. There's eyes everywhere. He is very stubborn here, isn't he? They'll die without weapons. They're resourceful. They get steel weapons? Possibly. Leave me be. They've been up against Draken. Got some heartache. And if you don't tell me, their deaths are on your head. There's death aplenty in this forsaken place. What do I care that some foolhardy vigilantes decided to go it alone against the Drakens? Stupidity of youth is to blame. I shan't carry it on my shoulders. Who are the Drakens? The Drakens are the family of overlords that rule Mauritania. They're the ones to whom the blood tithes are paid. Too much I've told you already. Ignorance is better than these truths, I tell you. I can pretend once more that I'm a free man, and some relief from this gloom can I feel again. Be gone with you now, and leave me with my dreams. One man's vigilante is another man's freedom fighter. Aye, you can see it from both sides, I suppose, but many of us consider it foolhardy to fight for something we'll never get. Even Paul Maffey, a scholar such as he was, agrees that the chances are slim. Paul Maffey? Who's he? Paul Maffey Ferdigris is one of the Myarchy. He's a technical sort and advises on all sorts of things to Veliath. He was a scholar before he became a renegade. Okay. Why do you say this place is forsaken? I mean, it looks pretty forsaken. All these lands are forsaken of Saradomin's kindness. Only cold death from the evil gods do we feel now. Those lucky ones to the west of the Salve little realize their fate if the river should one day become tainted. We already dealt with that. It's fine. What kind of man are you to say you don't care? Don't dare to judge me, young fool. What do you know of the heartache I carry? Can you not see the anchor of woe that holds me fast? Very well. If you would take your chance to help these strangers, who am I to stop you? But will you help me? Will you take me to them? No, I won't take you, but you can use my boat. You'll be going through Mort Mire, though, so I won't be letting you go unless you have some defense against the ghasts. Show the boatman your druid pouch. I have this druid pouch. This turns the ghasts visible, and I can kill them once I can see them. I also have the 3 wooden planks you asked for. You didn't ask for any wooden planks. He needs planks. Give wooden planks to Cyreg. Well, it takes 3 wooden planks from you. That's to fix the boat. Some more questions? Sure you can. Where do I go after I get to the Hollows? You should head north and look for an unusual tree. You look like you know a thing or two about exploring, so I guess I don't need to tell you to keep your eyes peeled. Alright. Any more information on the Myarchy before we leave? What do you want to know? Why are they called the Myarchy? The locals just called them after the place they hide out in, Mortmire. They're the Myarchy, hidden in the mire. And Let's get information on the members of the group before we bring them weapons. Well, you have Renegade Ponfit. He's your average mercenary from Asgarnia, ready to slice anyone's head off for a price. He's got a personal score to settle with the Drakons, though. No one knows what it is. Then there's Veliath. He's the leader. And then there's Ivan. He's the baby of the group. There's Sani Piliu. She's a lovely girl, though a bit shady, if you know what I mean. You've also got Harold Evans. He's a bit hot-headed, always straight into the fray. And the brains of the operation, reporting directly to Veliath, is Palmafi Vertigris. He used to be quite a clever scholar. So they got quite the variety of members. More info on the Drakons. Well, it's rumored that they're controlling the whole of Mauritania. They live in the Sanguinesti region, but I've never been. Like most villagers in Mauritania, I'm afraid to leave the village and dread what lies beyond. And tell me about yourself. You've been so slightly helpful here. I'm just a humble boatman. Sarag Palhorn is my name. Like most of the Palhorns before me, I make my living by taking the swamps of Mortmire. Okay, thanks. Board swamp boat. Here we go. Want to take the boat journey? Yeah. Boat journey. You arrive at the Hollows. And immediately we're attacked by ghasts. Oh boy, it's the Hollows. Yay. We've got ghasts and snails. Just a even less convenient area to deal with ghasts and snails than the regular part of Mortmire. I said to look for a tree. Here it is. Climb tree. It's got a ladder built into it. Well used. We got a rope bridge. If we examine it, we're passing over inaccessible areas, like some swamp here. Repair the rope bridge with a plank and 25, used to be 75. We've got hundreds of steel nails. But now we can get across. Brilliant. Let's drop the rest of these. And over on this side, we got more snails and Cropyle Fioid. Hey, what are you doing here? I've come to help the Myarchy. I've brought weapons. Okay, I see you got the weapons. But how'd I know you're not going to use them against my friends? I just want to help deliver these weapons. Well, that's as maybe. I'm not doubting your sincerity here. You seems all sincered up to me. It's choking me up right here. You make me cry, but hey, I just gotta do my job or the kids don't get fed. Okay, so say I asked you a few questions and you were to answer them all correct and so on. Well, that'd make me believe yous. I get to feeling that you was the real deal and all. How's that sound? Sounds fine to me? Go ahead, shoot. Hey, don't tempt me. You's dancing with death here, my friend. Okay, first question. Who's the youngest member of the Myarchy? That is Ivan Strom. Okay, interesting answer. First question answered. Okay, second question. Which member of Myarchy was originally a scholar? Yeah, Sani, Harold, Renegan, Paul Maffey, or don't know. Don't know is clearly the wrong answer. It is Paul Maffey. Vertigris. An interesting response. Second question answered. Okay, third and final question. What family is rumored to rule Mauritania? That is the Drunken family? No. Draenor, Praemor. It's Draken. A calculated retort. Third question answered. Okay, I believes ya. You can go on in. What's the combination to the door? Oh, there isn't one. I'll unlock it for you. And the power of the Luster Sickle prevents the swamp from decaying us. Okay. Let's see if we got any information, more stuff in here. Hey, let me be. I'm guarding this place. That's fine. Got some wooden doors in a underground area here. Open them and pop on in. In here we've got many different caves going off to the side. Not super helpful just yet. We got boards, we got rats, some spiders, there's just some random dogs there, and cave entrances. Can't reach the cave entrance. You just squeeze past the stalagmite here. And now we are in here with all these guys. Velief, Harold, Sani, Radagard, Palmafi, and Ivan. We'll talk to the leader first. Hello there. Hello there. How did you get in here? Who are you? Fair questions. I was asked to bring you some weapons. Apparently you need them? Don't worry, I'm a friend. Well, it's true we could do with some supplies. It's very good of you to bring them to us. I'm sorry, but I'm a bit busy at the moment. Please introduce yourself to the others, then we can talk about those weapons. So, are you the leader? Well, as much as anyone is. It's not official or anything. I guess the others just look up to me or something. I feel a certain responsibility for them, so I guess that means I'm a leader of sorts. Can you tell me about your organization? I mean, the organization is 6 people and a barrel in a cave. So, not much of an organization. And Velief agrees. Organization? That's rich. We're really not that organized. However, the monarchy are dedicated to mounting resistance against the Drakons and the evil that they've brought to Mauritania. What can you tell me about Mauritania? I can tell you that it used to be a beautiful country before Luerniel and his quarreling siblings arrived. Luerniel? Who's that? Luerniel Vergidiad Draken. He's the head of the Draken family, along with his brother Ranus and his sister Venescula. They play out their petty backstabbing games, using the peoples of Mauritania as their pawns. You sound very bitter. So would you, if you lost everyone dear to you at the hands of such monsters. And what are your plans for the future? At the moment, we're maintaining a low profile, after we were spotted scouting out the Draken's castle. The forest where we camped is infested with vampires, and even though they're only juveniles in terms of experience, we only just managed to survive. After we've regrouped, we will try to recruit more people to our cause. At the minute, we're hopelessly outnumbered. Sure looks that way. Thanks. Let's talk to everybody else here. Here's Harold Evans. Well met, friend. My name's Harold. Nice to meet a fellow soldier. Just joined us, have you? Not exactly. I am Hardcore Ultimate Ironman Artic. I'd like to ask a few questions, if that's okay. Sure, go ahead. I'll answer as best I can. What's your job here? I generally do what Velief orders. Taking a bridge, defending a tactical retreat, you name it. I'm usually in the thick of it. It's funny, I seem to cheat death most of the time. What can you tell me about your squad? They're all good soldiers, though they're pretty much a bunch of irregulars. I consider them a good squad, ready to leap into the fray if needed. We're seriously outnumbered by the Drakons and their brood. Most fights we have to improvise. This bunch are very good at that. That young lad over there, Ivan Strom, he saved our bacon in the last encounter. By his faith in Saradomin, he weakened the Jews and we ran for it. Jews? What are they? It's short for juvenile. That's the stage those vampires were at in the forest. They've only recently become vampiric, and they're pretty inexperienced. However, they're stronger and faster than many well-trained militiamen, and twice as bloodthirsty. What's your grasp of the situation, soldier? The situation is grave. It'd be dangerous to think differently. We're really up against it here. We have no choice. This is a battle for our right to exist, and we need to employ any tactics to achieve our goal. And have you heard any rumors? Yes, I hear them all the time. Thankfully, I don't pay any attention to them. Okay. Thanks. Sanny, are you here? Hello, very nice to meet you. My name is Sanny Pilyu. What's yours? I am known as Hardcore Ultimate Ironman Artic. Nice to meet you, Sanny. The pleasure's all mine. Excuse me for being forward. You somehow seem different to other people. Somehow more determined. I sense a powerful aura. Sorry, that must seem really strange. Well, perhaps a little. But it's nice of you to say so, in any case. I'd like to ask a few questions, if that's alright. Sure, go ahead. I'll answer as best I can. Tell me a bit about yourself. There's not much to tell, really. I was about 9 years old when my family was ripped to pieces by a vampire attack. One day, a happy member of a loving family. The next day, an orphan living a hand-to-mouth existence. Somehow I managed to get by, eking out a living wherever I could. People took pity on me. I earned food by helping people out. Before too long, I was quite adept at helping myself. Other people appreciated my skills. I bumped into Veliaf in Canvas. He saw that I would be an asset to the resistance, so I joined. I wanted to fight back against those killers who took my family. One day, I may even escape to the west, across the Salve. Who knows? What can you tell me about the Myerkey? As far as I know, Veliaf is one of 2 lieutenants who report to another soldier called Calcidiu. While we don't advertise the fact, there are quite a lot of people in Mauritania who want to put up a fight. Our current operations are merely trying to find a weakness in the Draken's hierarchy, perhaps get a spy in there. We need to find out how to kill them before we take the war to them. You make it sound easy. With determination, you can achieve great things. However, Veliaf always tells us not to underestimate the enemy. After those juvenile vampires discovered us in the forest, it's a mistake I won't be making again. What's going on in Mauritania? Lorniel Draken and his siblings collect blood tithes from the locals as a way of controlling the population and keeping their brood happy. Sanguinesti and Castle Draken hold sway over all the inhabitants of Mauritania. We're nothing more than an ill-organized rabble. We're determined to fight against these evil monsters. We won't just offer our family members to the Drakens for a weekly snack. We're going to fight back. Is this your main camp? It's our only camp. At least I don't know of any others. Okay. Thanks. Yeah, things are not looking great. Like they said, they're a small group. Potentially there's another group with another lieutenant. But this is their camp. What's in this barrel? It's for storage. It's probably fine. Renegade. Punfit. Ah, it's Hardcore Ultimate Ironman Artic. I see you've introduced yourself to Veliaf. Good. Now, how can I be of service to you? Mind if I ask a few questions? Sure, go ahead. I'll answer as best I can. What's your job here? I'm a bit of an all-arounder and help Veliaf where I can. I've relied on his sword arm many a time, and I like to think that he can rely on mine. What can you tell me about the Myerkey? We're just developing the resistance against the Drakens and the rest of the vampiric entourage. We're seriously outnumbered. Veliaf doesn't like to hear us saying hopeless, but that's our situation at the minute. What are your plans for the future? I'm not really sure. I guess Veliaf might know that. However, I hope that more people will join the ranks, take the fight to the dead hearts of our vampiric foes, so we might one day reclaim our right to exist. Heard any rumors? I have. Something you might find interesting is that our enigmatic leader, Saphalon, has connections inside the Draken clan. I'm not sure how true that is, but it would be great. Okay? Thanks. of these dialogues might be added later, slightly changed. Talking about characters we won't see until later quests. We will see. Polmafi. Verdigris. Good. Now that you've introduced yourself to Veliaf and observed proper protocol, I'll be happy to chat with you. Now please tell me, what can I do for you? Mind if I ask a few questions? Not at all. I'm sure I'll be able to help, and if I can't, I'll tell you so. What are you doing here? I'm the key advisor to Veliaf. He seeks my counsel on many issues before we engage the enemy. Not that we would be doing that anytime soon. The situation is somewhat difficult and terrifying at the moment. However, we must always remember, all that is required for evil to survive is for good people to do nothing. What can you tell me about the hierarchy? Well, we have a hierarchical chain of command. Veliaf reports to Chalcidiu, who is considered the head of the armed resistance against the Drakons. I've also heard people talking about a spiritual man who inspires many people to join the resistance. He's said to be very influential, with supposed contacts within the Draken clan. What do you know about Mauritania? It has a rugged landscape situated to the east of the River Salve. Primary occupants seem to be human in appearance, but in fact large vampiric predators. They maintain a stock of human villages in the same way that humans keep cattle. Weekly blood tithes are paid to the vampiric overlord Draken in return for moderate safety. Heard any rumors? Yes, I hear them all the time, but they're usually neither correct nor even all that interesting. I suggest that we will be looking to make a strike against the human sympathizers sometime soon. Okay, thanks. And Ivan Strom. Greetings. My name is Hardcore Ultimate Ironman Artic. Veliaf said that I should introduce myself to all the members of the hierarchy. Really get to know everybody here. Everything they are doing. Veliaf says it's okay for me to talk to you. My name is Ivan. Nice to meet you. Mind if I ask you a few questions? Yeah, I suppose so, but I don't know how much I can help. What are you doing here? I'm not sure, really. I should really be at the Temple to Saradomin, but Veliaf says that the trip's too dangerous. I'm a trainee cleric of Saradomin. I hope one day to serve him as faithfully as all his priests. What can you tell me about the hierarchy? Well, they're certainly brave, and they're prepared to put up a fight against the evil of the Draken clan. I'm proud to be associated with them, but with my poor skills, I worry that I'll let them down. What do you know about Mauritania? It's a lost land ruled by the evil Drakons. People cling to each other in fear every week when the blood tithes are to be paid. With Saradomin's help, we'll bring light back to this dark land. Any rumors? Sorry, my friend, but I spend most of my free time in prayer to Saradomin. I prefer to cleanse my soul in case he should wish that I serve him closer. Okay. And that's everyone. Got a fighter. We have a rogue. Priest in training. Tactician. Other fighter. And leader. Essentially. Hello again. So you've introduced yourself to the team, have you? Good. Let's have a look at those weapons you brought us. These weapons look great. Many thanks. All 6 weapons. Hand it over. Fantastic. Hey, what's that mist coming in through the door? We have a vampire in the room! Spooky mist. Ha ha ha! You took me straight to them. The little dears are going to wonder which side you're on. It's Vanstrom. We're dead. Quite right. Ah! Sorry, Harold. You too. And now, I'm going to finish the rest of them off with my little pets. Oh boy. Skeletal Hellhound. Originally level 97, now level 44. Not as impressive. Not as impressive. We lost our arrows on the ground there. Lame. We do get some rubies here, though, so that's something. Yay. And a prayer level. Okay. 54 prayer from burying the skeletal hellhound bones. That is sap magic attack. That does not exist yet. Does room get darker? Feels darker. Anyways, that went well. Of the 6 members of the monarchy, 2 of them just died. That murderer Vanstrom has killed Sandy and Harold. He came in here and killed them right in front of our eyes. And that beast he summoned probably would have killed the rest of us if it wasn't for you. It was the least I could do. After all, I was the one you followed here. I'm sort of responsible. That's for your conscience to bear. But now perhaps you can understand why we fight for our freedom. Yes, I think I understand now. I want to join your organization. Well, thanks for your support, but I'll need to talk to my superior first. What do you plan to do now? Well, I guess Vanstrom will expect that we're dead. He's so arrogant that he doesn't really consider us a threat. I can understand that. If I was that powerful, I would probably feel the same. I guess we'll regroup, and then try to recruit more people. We first need to know how we can fight against these monsters. Then we'll take the war to them. And how do I get out of here? If we go back into the main corridor, which leads into this room, goes down towards the basement of an inn. If you search the wall, you'll find that it is in fact movable. You should be able to get into the room, take the ladder to come out to the south of the Hair of Dog Tavern in Canifus. While you're there, you should see if that murderer Vanstrom is still hanging around. Let's get revenge on Vanstrom. Yes, of course. We'll certainly get our revenge on him and his superiors. Then they'll taste the bitter sorrow that we've had to endure for so long. Okay. Sounds like a plan to me. Although perhaps me going and trying to confront Vanstrom when he thinks that everyone in this room died might not be the best plan. So kind of show our hands here that we're still alive at least. Here's the wall. Search it. And that is an achievement. Explore the tunnel. That's part of the quest here. And we got a little flooded basement area here. But the ladder goes outside, which is interesting. Kind of like a back cellar or something. Very good. Let's go confront Vanstrom here. Talk to the stranger in the corner. Hello, friend. What can I do for you? Oh, sorry. I thought you were someone else. Who did you think I was? I thought you were that dirty murderer Vanstrom. Whoa! Sounds like you've got a score to settle. I definitely have. Quest complete. 2 quest points. 600 XP in attack, strength, crafting, constitution, and defense. Access to the Hair Dog Cellar shortcut and the Swamp Boat shortcut, combining together to get you from Canifus to Morton a little bit more quickly. Very good. Very good. Let's use all these lamps. Get a tiny bit of XP here. 600 is not a huge amount. I'll take every lamp I get, though. Not really complaining. And I guess we can go and cut these rubies. Why not? Why not? Get a little bit extra crafting XP here. Technically, we could probably also get some gold, make some jewelry, maybe alch the things, but I'm not too worried about it either way. 300 coins each. Go for it. And there you go. That is In Search of the Marquee completed. Very much setting up for future quests. A whole quest series which is going to happen here. On my regular Ironman, I did the entire quest series all in a row, from start to finish, and it was pretty wild. We show up, not knowing what's going on, being a complete joke and everything is a disaster. And then, things happen. But we will get to that in the future. Quest series take a little bit of time to come out. But for now, we've got some interesting stuff to deal with. Next time. Goodbye.